Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Not a review, just an unboxing of another new ZT knife. I gotta be honest, these releases from ZT really took me by surprise. Not just, the fact that they release something, which is kind of surprising every time it happens, right? But the actual knives that they released. This is different, obviously, than the automatic that I opened up here a few days ago, which I actually do like. I think that's a cool knife. I'm in the process of carrying and using that one, but this one here, I know what it is. I haven't opened this up, but it's also getting a lot of attention. I'm really excited to actually handle it for myself and decide if it's also something that I like. Thanks so much to Kai USA for sending these in for me to take a look at. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. This is available. I'll link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. What is this? It's the ZT0044 original Thai CBB. Oh, S45VN. Interesting. Got a few firsts for ZT with this knife, I believe. Okay. Hold on. Let's open it up. So far, it's exactly what I thought it would be. Really nice titanium, though. Very interesting pivot. I do like this. Whatever we're doing here with the button having the pivot collar, I think that is cool. I like that a lot. So the adjustment head is on this side. And then on this side, you have one visible screw for the body and the captive pivot, which is pretty cool. Yes, it's a very classic handle profile. Some people would use the word boring. Okay, it's okay to use, in my opinion, it's okay to use like tried and true, classic knife handle profiles and blade profiles, as long as you spice it up with a little bit of personality here and there. We got a big green standoff, which I actually think is really cool. I like this color in contrast with both, like a standard finish on titanium or a coated, like a black finish on titanium. I think it looks cool. This ZT pocket clip is stamped, but it does look good. I do like that it's shorter and it has a bill that just kind of stops right here. Retention on it is, I don't know, kind of maybe medium heavy. So in and out of the pocket, can I do it with one hand? Oh yeah, super easy. Ridiculously easy. Left and right hand carry. How did ZT do, to my knowledge, their first, because this is not a, there was a small part of my brain where I thought, what if it is an automatic and I just didn't understand and I push that button and it goes flying out of my hand? How did ZT do, to my knowledge, their first button lock? Okay. Okay. It immediately put a smile on my face. That was very surprising. The quality of that and the sound that it make was very, very pleasant. Oh, wow, ZT, holy crap. Okay. Wow. I mean, listen. Let me be critical and then I'll be positive. ZT, Kai, it's a little late for you guys to be jumping on the button lock train, for your ZT brand. Interesting strategy. We'll see. But I know that plenty of people love button locks, and they do. They're nowhere near the strongest locking systems, and depending on who's making it, they're not. Potentially can be unreliable. When you're putting torque on the blade. Use your knives responsibly. But I like that sound. The detent. The detent that the plunge lock is creating is very nice. But yeah, on the positive end, this feels really, really good. Oh, man. So I got to do a couple of light taps. I don't talk about this as much anymore, and I don't always do it. But if it's a company's first try at a system, right, I got to know. Now, with any knife, banging on it like ridiculously hard, I think is stupid, and that's not valuable for anybody. But a plunge lock should at least be able to survive a few light taps, and the only reason that we're doing it is, in some cases while you're cutting, like using a knife responsibly, if you were to put a little bit of pressure on the spine, maybe during a cut where the blade gets wedged and you kind of have to wiggle it back out. And the reason that I use this example all the time is because I did this with a knife one time years ago and it collapsed on me. The lock failed because of light spine pressure. Okay, that is all that I require. If you would have hit it harder, or you watch a channel where they really go after it, I think that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own standards. For me, that's enough on a plunge lock. In my book, they did a pretty good job here. Man! So I expected to be supremely bored with this. And I'll be honest, I would have loved it if it was bigger. Yes, boring standard blade, boring standard profile in terms of the shape, but compared to what ZT's been releasing lately, I would say this is a massive step up. They actually did a ridiculously good feeling button lock here. Little bit of, if I push it too hard, so this is something that bothered me with Civivi and 10-cut knives in some cases, and not just them, actually button locks in general. I don't like on some button locks where you have a sweet spot from the moment of pushing it down, and then there's like a certain amount of distance where the blade will free fall like this. And then if you push too hard, it stops it like this. I think I made up a term for that called plunge drag because I didn't really understand what was happening, right? But I had a send cut where it was doing that really bad in the beginning. And then over time, as the surfaces continued to rub, sorry, that was, for some reason, I feel like that was aggressive to my view. To my viewers. But as that continued to happen, it worked itself out. So I guess we'll see. And this one has a long push before it gets to that spot, right? I have to really push to get it to stop. So just pushing it naturally, I would say, yeah, most of the time probably not going to run into it. Really good. And as far as the actual pivot action, yeah, the pivot action feels really nice. Hold on. Real smooth. Look at this. So there's no detent ball. It's the plunge lock itself acting as the detent. So it's never going to feel as good as, you know, a detent ball on a frame lock or a liner lock. But usually plunge lock detents feel kind of like stepping on a wet Pringle. it's like, you know, it just doesn't feel great, you know? So this is pretty good. The amount of resistance it's creating to allow you to use that flipper tab, which I think is about as perfectly shaped as it could be. Very comfortable. Really, really nicely knocked down at the edges. That could have easily been sharp and it wasn't. I like that. How about play in the closed position? No. Wow, ZT, you know what? Man, have they ever done a button lock before? I mean, maybe Kershaw has. I don't know. I don't think ZT has. Unless I'm just like missing something obvious. If this is your first one, you guys pretty much nailed it. Excuse me. Oh, it's Ultra Sunrise. If you want to know what makes Metal Complex act like a lunatic on camera, I like the zero sugar Ultra Sunrise. So that's what that is. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm not, you know, they didn't reinvent the wheel or anything, but it's neat for ZT. ZT fans would be real happy. I don't like these big paragraphs they put on here. It's absolutely ridiculous. S45VN is really cool. I love that they have done that on this knife because I think S45VN is one of the best or most well-rounded premium user steels out there. This knife actually fits really, really well in my hand, and the jimping, I wish they would have extended it out to where this sort of changes angles, but it's okay, right? A little sharpening shoulder there. I'll let you guys take a look at the plunge grind. As far as, you know, I've said this a few times now, and I haven't really, eventually we'll get into the discussion topic when we do a TKG episode, but I don't use or sharpen knives enough for what is traditionally considered to be a bad plunge grind to, you know, I'm just not bothered by it. It's not something that comes up with me. But people who sharpen regularly or have only one or two knives, right, and sharpen all the time, then yeah, a bad plunge grind is obviously going to bother you more. So what I'm going to do probably in future reviews is just give everybody a good look, and then you can decide for yourself, right? But if it hasn't bothered you up to this point, it's likely not to, unless your life suddenly changes and your dependency on your knives increases dramatically. I would say that this is not a bad plunge grind, right? But that's what it looks like to me. Like if I was going to sharpen this, it looks like it would be pretty friendly. But a lot of it really depends on this area here, right? How deep it is, how much material's right here, how aggressive it's going to be as you get back into this part of the blade, and then whether or not there's a flipper tab in the way, right? If you have big, crazy flipper tabs sticking out, then it's one more thing for the stone to run into, I guess. But anyways, this all looks good to me. The more I get into the weeds of that, I know. Gosh, the more that I dig into that. But that's okay. I suppose I do like it when people discuss things in my comment section. Do away with all this, or just make it smaller if it's all got to be on there. Like the 044, the 0044 and Kai USA does not need to be on there. Like put it on the inside of the scales or something. S45VN is fine. You could also put the serial number on the inside of the scale, and then the in-house design logo I think is also fine. The ZT logo, maybe I'm a little biased. It makes me think of Happy Times, right? Back when ZT was like a really, really, really big deal. I think it would just be better if it was smaller. But for me, I would have loved if this knife was like 8¼ inches, right? Not that I need it to be that big. That just puts a big smile on my face and makes me think more of ZT. That's more of a ZT sized knife from what I remember enjoying about zero tolerance. But admittedly, this is actually a pretty great size. I mean, I have plenty of room. I can get a full 4-finger grip. It's comfortable. I think it's about 7½ inches. Let's go ahead and measure it here. Yeah, it's exactly 7½ inches. Honestly, it feels a little bigger. It feels like a knife that would be maybe 7¾ and it doesn't sound like that. It's like, how could you tell? It's just after handling so many knives, a 1/4 inch does make a difference, right? Apparently not enough to know it for sure, though. Oh, the blade length is, I would call it about 3.3, and then your cutting edge is about 3 1/8. Not bad. Milling for weight reduction, you bet. What's the weight? I'm going to guess it weighs under 4. Between 3.5 and 4 is what I would guess. Let's see. Oh, real close. 3.4 ounces. Not bad. Where's the balance on this thing? Right behind the pivot. This is actually, so I expected this to be boring. I was unsure of ZT's ability to execute a button lock correctly. I expected to not be impressed because button locks are just not new things. This is not bad at all. Now, I know people are going to look at the price tag and get really, really upset, and we have to remember that Zero Tolerance is actually making this stuff in the USA. There are probably a few things here or there that are outsourced, but making this type of knife in the USA, full titanium, yeah, it's going to be expensive, right? Might be a little higher than a lot of people would want it to see, but we cannot compare this knife to a Chinese knife that's made out of the exact same materials. If that's what you want, just go buy that, right? This knife costs more because it is made in the United States. It costs more to create this, to machine this, to do this in the United States. And if you care about that, then this is the price tag that you're going to have to, get used to. We also should remember that if this exact knife was made by Benchmade, it would be $500 for absolutely no reason. So I do appreciate that ZT has, I think, most of the screws still in place, right? Most of their logic and reasoning. I feel like there's some good people there. Some people who have some things figured out are not trying to just charge us for absolutely nothing. But it does feel like a good product. Okay, yeah, definitely. These two releases from ZT are far more interesting than anything that they've released for a while outside of the 0308, right? This feels like it's they're trying to make whoever their new audience is that just loves little knives. It must be somebody because they keep making them. I mean, if they keep making them, it means they're selling them to somebody. It might not be us or a lot of people who watch my channel. They're selling them to somebody, right? So this feels like an attempt to make whoever that is really happy. And our crowd here, which we are almost certainly the minority, screaming about wanting big knives again. Not a big knife, but not a small knife either, right? Pretty good looking. Yeah. Okay. This has been a positive experience for me, but I would like to carry and use this knife, which I absolutely will. I'm actually really excited to put this in the pocket and just use it to actually carry and use a ZT again. And it's been fun using the auto, but it's an auto, right? I personally prefer to EDC a manual folding knife, so this will be pretty cool. Exciting. It's nice to see ZT, at least in my opinion, taking steps in the right direction. I'll link this down in the description, please. Oh yeah, and the review will come here in a couple of weeks. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I, do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.